Well, speaking of documentaries, one of my favorite documentaries is The Best That Never Was, the Marcus Dupree story. And I'm going to give you a play that I will title The Catch That Never Was. And that's Julio Jones in Super Bowl 51. I mean, just think about this. The Falcons were clinging on to a 28-20 lead, and then all of a sudden, Julio Jones makes one of the most amazing catches in Super Bowl history. Right over the outreached hands of Eric Rowe. He's right on the sideline, toe drag swag, fingertips, double catches it. They're down to the 22-yard line. The 22-yard line. You're thinking with 5 minutes left in the second half, these guys are going to ice this game out. Look at this catch. Look at the concentration. Listen, if they go on to win this game, we're looking at this as one of the greatest catches of all times. This is Julio Jones. But on that same drive, mind you, they're on the 22. You look at the yardage. They punt because Matt Ryan was sacked. They also have a holding penalty. And then after that, we kind of know what happened. The beginning, or shall I say the end of the collapse hit them, and the Patriots going to win that. So for me, the catch that never was, the Julio Jones icing catch that we don't appreciate because they lost the game.
I love it, Nate. And it's one of my favorite catches of all time. Julian Edelman would have one 2 minutes later that completely took the shine and the story and the NFL Films highlights from Julio Jones. You say LaBradford Smith. You go, who's LaBradford Smith? I remember LaBradford Smith playing on those Washington Bullets teams, playing with Brent Price, playing with Liddell Eccles. How about I say a name that will get everyone smiling at home? How about Pat White? Pat White out of West Virginia, a tremendous college quarterback, and really a left-handed college quarterback coming into the NFL, a second-round pick for the Dolphins, who in 2009 was unleashed in almost a fashion we have not seen since. Here, we're going to put this guy in here and there. He's going to run the ball for us. He's going to do all these things. Lefty quarterback. He can run. He can throw. He can do it all. Didn't work out for Pat White. He's out of the league a few years later, but really, the presence of Pat White also was the same year we got the Wildcat. I really have a feeling for the Wild. That's Ronnie Brown running the Wildcat. Patriots were the hottest team in football early in the season, 2 wins. Going in, they're at home. They're playing against a Dolphins team that couldn't do anything. And Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams start running this Wildcat. And it's unbelievable to watch because it hadn't been done at the NFL level. They blow out the Patriots, and they would use it time to time. So look at Ricky throwing blocks out there. Go to there, Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown. Underrated 1-2 combo. But Pat White just being used in any way. This was the kind of stuff that makes me smile. That's what happens when I hear LaBradford Smith's name. That's what happens when I hear Pat White's name. Kyle, what brings a smile to your face that maybe you haven't heard that name in quite a while?
Well, the Wildcat is just killing me. It was blowing people's minds that you could actually snap to a running back. Now they do that on 1st and 10. It's no big deal. But I'm also going to go a game against the Patriots. 2006, the Detroit Lions played the Patriots, and you might not remember it for anything other than there was a scrappy slot receiver who came off the bench for Detroit by the name of Josh McCown. As the story goes, a receiver for Detroit dropped a pass early. John Kitna was furious, and they said, McCown, get in! Guys, that's Mike Vrabel of the Patriots tackling Josh McCown, catching passes, multiple passes, as a receiver for the Lions. Now, we know him as the venerable backup, the incredible guy. Don't think for 1 second that Josh McCown is not a ridiculous athlete. We know he can dunk and windmill dunk. He ran a 4.6 40 at the O2 Combine as he's making Vrabel miss here. I just don't think that, as much as we love Brian Hoyer and Ryan Fitzpatrick and Sean Hill and Sage Rosenfels, I'm not sure they could go in and give the work to the Patriots secondary. He also had a 30-plus yard reception in this that was nullified because of a penalty on Detroit. Never, ever forget Josh McCown. We think of him, teacher, great guy, mentor. No, he was out there with routes, with hands, and it looked like he could have done them the next week too. Detroit kind of never came back, but Josh McCown played receiver. Never forget that was the thing that happened. LaBradford Smith could have dropped 200 points. I'll take Josh McCown's 3 receptions against the Pats in the middle of that dynasty.